the male koalas make a really crazy noise.
Ready for the noise? It goes like this.
Yeah.
Like that.
We're the Irwins, and this is Australia Zoo.
Our dad Steve built this zoo to protect our world's wildlife. Today, we strive to carry on his mission.
So come with us. This is Wild Times.
This is DJ the white rhino and the largest animal at Australia Zoo. DJ, of course, is a white rhino, and the way he got his name is because white was a word that meant wide, because his mouth is very, very wide, and he's a grazer, grazing grass. So you look at those big, wide lips, and you can easily see why he was called wide mouth.
He's kind of like a giant puppy dog, he really is. Like, he'll roll around in his little mud puddle, and he loves meeting people, he loves getting a good little scratch. It's funny though, because you can see he's got that big horn, and he'd never try to hurt you, but he doesn't quite know where his horn ends. So it kind of is a bit all over the place. And he's over 2 tons in weight now. He is a massive big boy and 15 years old. And he's actually the father of quite a few of our gorgeous little baby rhinos that we have as well.
These guys don't have the best eyesight,
No.
but you can see that they have those really big ears so they can hear really well, they can smell really well. And I think it's funny that they can get this big by just kind of eating salad.
Yeah.
I mean, they just eat that good old grass and shrubs and things. And DJ is so special because you can see that massive horn. Their horns are actually made of keratin, which is the exact same as our fingernail, which is actually just hair. It's kind of therapeutic to come in here and pick the mud off of DJ's back because he always has this cake of mud across him. It's kind of like his makeup. And I think it feels kind of good for him too. Kind of like you. When you were little, you'd come home and be covered from head to toe in mud and all you could see was your eyes.
Yeah.
So
It's
maybe...
I'm a rhino
You're
at heart.
a rhino,
Yep.
yep.
What's your favorite vacation place?
Ooh, Tasmania.
Who would you take on a vacation with you?
My mum, brother, and boyfriend, Chandler.
Hey, who's this guy right here?
This is Forrest the giraffe.
What's the first thing you do in the morning?
Go outside for some sunshine.
What's your most used emoji?
The sunshine emoji.
What's your spirit animal?
The barn owl.
Who's your favorite animal in the zoo?
Fatty the echidna.
How did that animal get its name?
Because she likes to eat a lot.
Where would you live if you didn't live in Australia?
Or Oregon in America.
What do you think's the hardest part of working in the zoo?
There's not enough time in the day to hug every animal.
What's the easiest part?
Hugging every animal.
Do you think there's one animal that's the strangest in the world?
The blobfish.
What's your favorite place within the zoo?
The kangaroo paddock.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Believe in your strength to change the world.
What message do you want to tell the world?
Always stand up for what you believe in.
And how would you like to end this interview?
That Forrest is the cutest giraffe on planet Earth, and we love him.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Bindi.
Thank you.
Thanks, Forrest.
Thanks, Forrest. Well done.
Uluru is the heart of Australia. At 1,000 feet tall, it's one of the biggest rocks in the world.
Now, we have probably one of the cutest and cuddliest animals in the entire world. Bindi, who have you got?
This is gorgeous Dexter. Hi, Dexter. Hi, Dexter. And of course, Dexter here is extremely cuddly, as you can tell.
He really is.
Loves hugs. I think that they're so cuddly because they can sleep up and over 20 hours a day. Now, you may be thinking, there's only 24 hours in a day. What do they do for those other 2 to 4 hours? Well, you can find them eating. So
They've got a pretty good life, the
they have a
koalas.
great
They've got it
life.
made.
They just sleep and then they eat. And of course, koalas are really interesting because they only eat eucalyptus leaves. And that's always why they smell like a little cough drop or tissue, because they only eat those leaves. And what's interesting is they get everything from the eucalyptus leaves. So that's all of their nutrients and also their water as well. As it rains or as dew forms on those eucalyptus leaves, they lick that up and that's their water too. So that means they actually never have to leave the safety of the trees.
And they're a bit unusual. They're actually a marsupial, so that means that they have a pouch, and that's where the baby lives. And as the baby grows up, they start graduating to climbing onto the mother's back and sort of exploring with her. and then eventually they venture out onto their own. But probably the most unusual thing with these koalas is you'll see here, see on his little hands, he's actually got 2 thumbs. Isn't that wild? He's got 2 thumbs, and so that's what helps him to climb. We actually have a wildlife hospital right here at Australia Zoo where we have rescued hundreds and hundreds of koalas and released them back into the wild.
Little Dexter here is going to get a lot bigger. He's only 3 years old, and the male koalas actually end up having the biggest noses. They have massive noses, and they're really funny. The male koalas make a really crazy noise. It's something that you would never expect coming from a koala. Can you make the noise?
I will.
Am I putting you on the spot?
Dexter's
like
probably going to get a little bit excited with this. So ready for the noise? It goes like this.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it.
That's the noise.
It's kind of like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
So
and
you
it's
wouldn't expect it.
kind of this spooky sort of noise coming from the cutest creature on the planet. We are so lucky to have grown up right here in the middle of Australia Zoo, and we've had some amazing experiences and certainly some incredible stories. So I thought we'd share a few today. What do you think?
I love that idea.
Steve was the opposite of a procrastinator. And one day we were having a really busy time at the zoo, and people were lined up around the corner and down the street, and it was getting a little bit dangerous because kids were kind of on the edge of the road. Steve said, right, I'll fix this. So he grabbed his chainsaw, went up to admissions, took a couple steps to the side, and cut a hole in the wall. He then said, right, now we've got 2 entrances and left. So we all scrambled with change and tickets and admitted people through the new door, which he cut into the wall.
Next week on Wild Times.
Ravi, kiss.
We'll kiss for food.
Yeah.